Very good morning, one and all. Today we are going to discuss about the intrusion detection. The definition of intrusion detection. So look at here. Intrusion is an active sequence or related events that deliberately try to cause harm, such as it will take the control of the system, or do the authority escalation, or it will manipulate your database. It is something like that. Whereas it may or may not be an attack. Whereas a successful hacker attempt is also an intrusion, and unsuccessful uh, attempt to take your system is also will comes under intrusion. So both the ways, whether it is successful or unsuccessful, both we can call them as an intrusion only. So why we need to study this subject? So look at here. The job of a security professional is to understand the events on the networks. So as we have seen already, whether it is a successful attempt to take the control of the system or it is an unsuccessful attempt to take the control of the system, regardless of that, security professional job is to always he need to look at the network, what is happening in the network. So here his primary job is to he need to examine the network traffic, and he need to install the sensors both in front of the firewall and behind the firewall, and compare both the data compare both the data, sensor data, to know what are the attack try to take the control of the system, and what are the attacks firewall already blocked, and what kind of events we have to consider as an intrusion. So to get an idea about all these things, the security professional primary job is to understand the events on their network and observe the sensors and observe you will be having the logs by data mining the log files. They have to identify the intrusions. So you can have the intrusion detection uh, uh, you can have the intrusion detection system by taking the help of tools, methods, and you have the resources. If you go to the National Vulnerability Database, we'll get a lot of cybersecurity databases. We can work on the already existing databases, and it will identify all these methods and tools and resources will help you identify and understand about the intrusion detections, and after identifying for doing the assessment, whether it is an intrusion or not, for doing an assessment also, all these tools, methods, and resources are helpful. And the final phase is reporting. So we'll be seeing this reporting, where to report in the last units. And here they by using all these methods, tools, and resources, they will identify unauthorized or unapproved network activity. So why they do this is to detect activities in the traffic that may or may not be an intrusion. So identifying if any unrelated event happens, it is something like I give you an example, something like a person will do the withdrawal only in one place for last 10 years. At a particular time, he tried to withdraw a large amount outside the country, then that will be considered as an intrusion. So look at here, the attack classification. So we have different types of attacks. The virus, it is a self-replicating one. Worm, the major difference between the virus and the worm is like worm will be using a network services as the propagation media for spreading the virus. spreading the infection. A Trojan, it is also a piece of program made to perform certain uh, authority escalation kind of things, taking the control of the database, and it will be used for malicious purpose. Buffer overflow, it will gain the control, or it will override the boundaries. It is something like it will try to write a file to the protected memory location. It is something like that. Denial of service attack, it is a huge attack. It is something like uh, disconnecting all the ATMs in a country, or disconnecting all the gas stations from the network, computer network. These are the denial of attacks. We can identify network attacks by looking into the network protocols. You already know the network protocols. You know FTP, TCP, IP, UDP, how they work. So they will exploit these protocols to get the control of the system by using the network attacks. A physical attack is something like they'll damaging a cable or damaging a server. Physically, it will comes under the physical attack. And password attack is like it intentionally fails the login, that we call it as a attack. Next one is the information gathering attack, a kind of social engineering attack. It uses the vulnerabilities. This is all for today. So we have covered the basics. We'll continue in the next class.